We've got to stop being the stupid party. And I'm serious. It's time for a new Republican Party that talks like adults. It's time for us to articulate our plans and our visions for America in real terms. It's no secret we had a number of Republicans that damaged the brand this year with offensive and bizarre comments.
Make a sharp turn here to a different issue, an issue that has raised some controversy. And you support the teaching of intelligent design in schools. Do you have doubts about the theory of evolution?
I personally think that the human life, and the world we live in wasn't created accidentally. I do think that there's a creator. I do think that God played a role in creating not only Earth, but mankind. Now, the way that he did it, I'd certainly want my kids to be exposed to the very best science. I don't want them I don't want any facts or theories or explanations to be withheld from them because of political correctness. The way we're going to have smart, intelligent kids, expose them to the very best science and let them not only decide, but also let them contribute to that body of knowledge. That's what makes the scientific process so exciting. You get to go there and find facts and data and test what's come before you and challenge those theories.
Okay.
I'm here to say we've had enough of that.
Welcome back to the Ed Show. That was Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal doing his best Chris Christie impersonation at the RNC Winter Convention just last night. Jindal, who is widely expected to run for president in 2016, used his keynote speech to position himself as a tough-talking reformer dedicated to fixing the Republican brand. But changing the sign on the door doesn't change what's behind it.
I'm not one of those who believe we need to abandon, moderate, equivocate, or otherwise change our principles. Now, I know this observation badly disappoints many of our friends and liberals in the national media, of course.
Jindal is exactly wrong. Republicans' resistance to progress is what allowed RNC Chairman Reince Priebus to be reelected today. That's right. The man who presided over 2012's shellacking of the GOP is back for another round. And Priebus is pushing the same empty rebranding effort.
We can stand by our timeless principles and articulate them in ways that are modern, relevant to our time, and relatable to the majority of voters. And that, I believe, is how we'll achieve Republican renewal. And that's how we'll grow. That's how we'll win.
All right, truth tellers now, the policies embodied by the Republican like Bobby Jindal and also Reince Priebus are what damaged the brand in the first place. As long as they keep selling the same old policies and pushing the same priorities, they're just putting lipstick on a pig. I am joined tonight by Karen Finney, MSNBC political analyst and former communications director of the DNC, and Eugene Robinson, MSNBC political analyst and associate editor of the Washington Post and Pulitzer Prize winning columnist for that newspaper. All right. It's Friday night. Let's have a little fun. Let's focus on the word stupid. I'd like some names. Bobby Jindal says the GOP needs to stop being the stupid party. But he didn't name, Karen, who is he talking about? Can you give me some names here?
Gee, do you think it could be, I don't know, Richard Murdoch, or perhaps, now I'm blanking on his name, but you know, the one who attacked Tammy Duckworth, you know, an amputee who served our country as touting her service too much. I mean, there were plenty of stupid comments to go around. And just recently, we had another member of Congress that tried to explain what the comments about legitimate rape actually might have meant. So I don't think that stupid is going anywhere too far away from the RNC anytime soon.
Eugene, they are just looking for a leader right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And speaking of the leadership of the actual organization, I would point out that this is the party that Michael Steele presides over a huge victory, and so of course they fire him, and then Reince Priebus presides over a debacle, and they rehire him. So this is not getting past stupid as far as I'm concerned. But be that as it may, that's their business. They are looking for a leader, and I think Jindal could have challenged them to do what they need to do, which is re-examine their positions and their policies. It's not just that some Republicans say stupid things. It's that they have positions that are seen as anti-women, anti-minority, anti-immigrant, anti-science, anti-everything.
But if they're looking for a new leader, and they've got to have a new leader, and they're in the age of obstructing everything in Washington, wouldn't this set the table for somebody out in the heartland with Republican core conservative value and ideas to step forward with a fresh message? What about that, Karen?
you know, here's the problem, Ed. It's not just the message, right? It is the policies. I mean, think about, so while Bobby Jindal was making those comments, we know that a majority of Americans from our own NBC Wall Street Journal poll believe that access to a legal abortion, a majority agree with that Roe v. Wade should be the law of the land. What's the Republican agenda? To try to overturn Roe v. Wade, to take those rights away from women. We know that a majority of Americans support a path to citizenship. What's the Republican agenda? A fake path to citizenship, right? So point being, it is their policies. And, you know, I just will say quickly that, you know, after the 2004 election, when Democrats got beat and we kind of went back and said, what's going on here? We did some real polling, and we found that Americans actually agreed with us on our values, but it was how we were communicating. The Republicans can't say that. Americans don't agree with them on their positions.
Just today, John Boehner released a video for the March for Life. Let's take a look at it.
With all that at stake, it's becoming more and more important for us to share the truth with our young people and to encourage them to lock arms, speak out for life, and help make abortion a relic of the past. Let that be one of our most fundamental goals this year.
Didn't the Republicans already lose that fight, Eugene? I mean, how is anything going to be different?
Well, nothing's going to be different. There is an uneasy consensus in the country, but it's a fairly durable consensus that nobody loves abortion, but abortion should be legal and infrequent, as infrequent as we can make it. And that's the basic agreement. That's what people basically believe. They don't believe what Republicans want, which is to outlaw all abortions in every case, according to their platform, and as a result, they're seen as hostile to the interests of women and others who care about women's reproductive rights.
Can they do a facelift, an image change between now and 2014?
I don't think there's enough lipstick for that, Ed. I mean, come on. Look, I actually, in all seriousness, think about with regard to Latinos. I think they have a two-cycle problem. That is not something that they can fix, you know, right away. I mean, again, and what are they trying to do? They're also trying to change the rules in some of the states in terms of, you know, they didn't get elected, so let's change the rules. I mean, you know, they're going to have to stop all those shenanigans and face the truth. But you know what they say, stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah, well, Eugene, what would be their best play right now? I mean, if you were to advise the Republican Party, okay, this is what you have to do. Step one, you are deficient in the polls in so many areas. Where do they go first?
Well, where they go is, I'd say, plop. Here's the Republican Party platform. This is basically the reason why you lost. And so instead of all their after-action sort of analysis of where they went wrong, instead of focusing on tactics and how they can, you know, suppress a few more votes here and change the Electoral College rules there, they should instead be focusing on where they are disconnected from the American people. You know, Newt Gingrich, of all people, said right after the election, you know, we have to study and figure out what is it about America we're not getting right now. And that's the question they need to ask.
That just means, though, they have to accept America for as it is and stop pulling the covers over their eyes and trying to take us back. I mean, that's part of the problem. They are in for a very hard awakening about what this country really is and who really make up the voters of this country.
Well, they got their work cut out for them. A new NBC Wall Street Journal poll shows that 49% of Americans have a negative opinion of the Republican Party. I mean, I thought there were actually more Republicans than that.
That positive opinion number is getting down to friends and family, so we're going to have it's a problem.
Karen Finney, Eugene Robinson, great to have you with us on this Friday evening. Thanks so much.